Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we have my Fluffal / Frightford deck profile for the December 1st ban list. Before we begin, please consider liking and subscribing just because it motivates me a lot to make videos like this. Alrighty. So this is the list I've been testing for a while now. I really enjoy it. There's a few changes I would make if I were actually to get a few cards, but I'll get to that when we get there. So for starters, the best monsters in the deck, we got the 3 Fluffal Penguin. This card, we loop it over and over again. It allows you to get your draw 2, discard 1. This one is able to summon from hand, and yeah, again, draw 2, discard 1. It's used as fusion material. This allows us to go into rank 4s really easily, gets you more resources off your fusion summons, and overall is just a wonderful card. And the summon from hand effect is actually a soft once per turn, so you can loop it over and over again. So yeah. My personal favorite of the Fluffal monsters, we have 2 Fluffal Dolphin. This one is what gives us our essentially +3 combo, where you can set the toy vendor from grave and send wings. And then wings will allow you to get a draw 2 plus a search for anything. So this is the greatest follow-up in the deck, in my opinion, and just overall gets so much advantage going. And then if you have Penguin and Dolphin, it allows you to go in Abyss Dweller or Toad through Bahamut Shark. One really nice thing is these are waters, so the effect of not totally awesome. Abyss Dweller will activate, or not activate, it's a continuous effect that gives all your water monsters an extra 500 attack. So your Toad, your Abyss Dweller, your fusions especially get the extra attack. Having like a 3100 base stat Gruel is incredible. For the next 2 we have Fluffal Dog. This is just your Stratos of the deck. It's okay. It's not the best. You kind of just need it there for when you search things. If you don't know exactly what you're going to need in this situation, this is a good thing to search off of a toy vendor set on your opponent's turn, or just searching. It's really good to summon off toy vendor if you have it in your hand and you reveal a Fluffal. But only 2 of it. You only ever go into it maybe once per duel. The next 2 of, yet again, Fluffal Bear gets you to toy vendor. But more importantly, it also, or not more importantly, but also a really good effect of it is it can get Poly back from grave. You do run out of Poly relatively quick in this deck, but it is still such a good card. Now for the 1-ofs, we play 1 Wings. This card is incredible. It's a draw 2, and then it sends toy vendor to get another draw. Absolutely incredible. You send it off the Dolphin. Fluffal Sheep, it's a special summon, so it's a free special summon if you control another Fluffal, and then it can bounce any Fluffal card you control to the hand and summon an Edge-imp from grave. Just extra resources in hand. And then the last one up for the Fluffal is Octopus, where you can target any Edge-imp or Fluffal in the grave to add it to hand, and if it's used as fusion material, you can target 2 banished cards and return it to the grave. These have their utilities. This gets back this, and the one you banish from grave, so you can activate it again. This also gets back your Scythe, which we'll get to in a bit. And this one, it allows you to go into more rank 4, so you can get more things. You only play 1 of each just because of the fact that you only need them once, and they're not the worst to draw. This one is the biggest brick out of these. You want to just be able to search it when you need it. And this one, you're always fine with seeing. This card is incredible. That's it for the Fluffals. Now on to the Edge-imps. We got the 3 Chain. It's a card that everyone knows what it does. Gets a Frightford card, but at the same time, Frightford cards are more in this deck because it's not just a Patchwork in this deck. We play a few more, so this card is really good. We play 2 Scythe. We're not playing the Artifact Scythe in this build. I personally just dislike that build. It feels kind of clunky. It's really good, but at the same time, I'd rather go for a more combo route than the Edge-imp Scythe. This card is really good. It's protection and it's a quick fuse, so really good. The last for the Edge-imps is just the 1 Sabers. You only need 1. This actually is really good for when you're comboing off and you get the You just need an extra body, and it's there. So yeah, just the 6 Edge-imps. And then the last of the monsters is the 2 Eldlich the Golden Lord. You can pitch this off Toy Vendor and then summon it back, getting the search out Toy Vendor. Big 35 person. More importantly, in my opinion, is it's a monster that deals with floodgates. There's going to be a lot of floodgates in this upcoming format with Macrocosmos, Dimension Fisher, just any other floodgates like Skill Drain, Rivalry. That's the state of the game we're in. This card is just really, really good at playing around them because essentially the rest of your deck, the rest of the deck is spells. So we have 20 monsters, which is there's nothing I would change about this monster lineup. It's served me really, really well. So yeah, now on to the spells. We have 3 Toy Vendor. This is the Heart and Blood of this deck. You can discard 1 card, draw a card, reveal it. If it's a Fluffal, summon any monster from a hand instead of just that one. So you can get any really, really cool thing out. When it's sent to the graveyard, by any means, you get to search for a Fluffal or Edge-imp Sabers. That is not once per turn. None of this card is hard once per turn. It's all soft once per turn, which is very, very nice. So we're able to loop that constantly. Normally, if you got a good hand, you'll probably go through this card 4, maybe 5 times. So yeah, it's really, really good. The card that everyone knows, Fright for Patrick, also really good. Gets you to any of your Edge-imps, so you can search their Scythe, your Sabers, and a Poly. This is actually one of the cards I side out the most, just because you don't need it per se, because you can get it to it with Chain, and you only end up only actually using it about twice. It's just that going first in game 1, you just need as much consistency as possible. For the last 2 Fright for cards, you can search off the Chain. The 1 Edge-imp, or not Edge, Fright for Repair. This one, it's a reborn by returning a Fright for card from your graveyard to your extra deck. Or you can send this, if this is sent off the Cruel Well and this is in your graveyard, you can banish it to summon a Fluffal or Edge-imp from your hand. Both come up a lot. This also allows you to play less of the Fright for cards in your extra, because you can loop them, and it's just very, very nice. And then the last Fright for card is the Fright for Fusion. Just being able to banish from grave is very, very nice. It's going to be a little bit harder to use this format just because of all the banishing cards, Shifter, Fisher, and Macrocosmos. Unfortunate, but we got to deal with what we got to deal with. 3 Poly. This card, it's okay. You need to play 3 of it just because of your patchwork. You need to be able to get to this, but you don't want to see it in multiples. This is often a card I end up discarding off the Toy Vendor. It is unfortunate, but we do have to play 3 of this card. We played 2 Foolish Goods. I don't need the 3rd ever, just because it's a hard once per turn. You don't want to see multiples of it. And yeah, it's overall just a really, really good card. Gets you to your Toy Vendor search, Dolphin. Dolphin is able to set the Toy Vendor back. Really good. For other cards, we play 3 Dark Really No More. You can play Droplet or this. I currently don't own Droplets. I'd like to get my hands on them, but yeah, they are expensive. This is just clears your board. You don't need to OTK in this deck. You can just set up a really, really good combo on going second, being able to just overcome your deck profile, or your deck. From there, we have 2 triple attacks. Really, really good. Good going second card, good going first. Like I said before, we're probably going to have a lot of floodgates this format, so Harpy's Feather Duster is really good. And the last card being Called By. I'm kind of iffy on this card. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's something I could add, but I'm not sure yet. That's it for the main deck. 40 cards, 20 monsters, 20 spells. Exactly how I like it. For the extra deck, we have 2 Cruel Well. This is the best monster in the extra deck. You always go into going first and often going second. It gets really, really big. Yeah, and then Kraken, the next card we go into, is able to send cards and also attack twice. Just very, very nice. And then Frightful Tiger, just pop your board, or pop your opponent's board. Very, very good. And then Sabretooth, I don't go into this card too much. It's just there for when I need to. This is a very big flex spot. I'd probably play Guardian Chimera over it if I owned it. It's still a rather expensive card. That's it for the fusions. You only need the 5. You never go into more. There's some times where I wish I did have a third Cruella or something like that, but I think it's good where it's at. We got, for Exceeds, we got the Totally Awesome and Bahamut Shark. You have the level 4 waters, which are just really, really good. Play the 1 Abyss Dweller. It's great in this format. Tier is literally still tier 0, probably. So yeah. Play the 1 Baguska. Just is able to skip opponent's turns. Really, really good. Last 6 Cs is Zeus. Just being able to go into off any of these and just clear the board. Very, very nice. A good play with Abyss Dweller because it's able to boost itself up to 22 is just going into a tier board, detaching one of these, and then, or detaching material so your opponent can't activate their effects in grave, and just hacking and then sending their board, and it's just like, oh well, they don't got anything. Okay, so for the links here, we have Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is really, really good in this deck. A lot of the time, if you do not go for your full combo, you're going to just go into Cross Sheep and have your Scythe in hand with another fusion. And you're going to be able to fuse off this and just get a bunch of recursion back. That's one of the reasons I really like having Octopus in my hand, because if I fuse off, or if I have like Octopus and Grave, I can go, if I have the Penguin and the Scythe in hand, I can go fuse into Cross Sheep, Reborn, the Octopus, and then the Penguin, draw 2, discard 1, with also having the Cruel being summoned. I go into like Chain Link 5 or 6 on my opponent's turn, even without Tears or anything like that, Tears or Ishizu. So it's just very, very nice. For the only other link too is the 1 IP Masquerena. Just good going first. I really do like it. For link 3s, we only play 1, and that is the Unicorn, which is a stepping stone into Access Code Talker. This deck can OTK without this, but I think it's still very, very necessary for clearing boards. And the last monster in the extract is the 1 Apollosa, where this is one of your go-to cards on your end board. Well, that is actually it for this Fluffal deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Any recommendations, any decks you want to see in the future. I have a lot of plans for this channel moving into the holidays this year. So yeah, this is Wowzer7, signing off.